All right. So, funny story. I've been talking for the last 20 minutes, and now we're recording. So, hey, tribe. I want to stop saying hey, tribe. There's another greeting that I need to use. But all of you peace seekers, all of my angry birds, all of the people who are looking to do something different, and that's why you're viewing this podcast. So I am not exceptional in any way other than the fact that I know how to control my anger, something that I've learned. I'm exceptional in a lot of ways, but I think that is the main one that I have learned. And so I've been talking with my chief of operations about how I need to manifest intentionally. So my challenge for the next 90 days, for those of you who are watching this, for those of you who want to come on this journey with me, I am going to intentionally manifest the things that I want in my life. Yeah, I know it seems kind of crazy. And in my book, What Cheese That You See in Front of Me Here, the girls lived in the delusional towers because often we find ourselves there, but I want to be there. I'm going there right now because it seems a little crazy to say these are all the things that I want to do. I'm going to live in a house on the hill. I'm not even sure which hill it's going to be, but I want to be in a house that's cut into a mountain. I'm going to drive the new electric Hummer because when I had my other Hummer, I said, when that electric one comes out, I'm getting it. And so, because the other one was a money pit. That's a story for another day. But I am going to intentionally manifest that I'm going to be in an electric Hummer, even though right now I don't have a place to park it, which is why I'm going to live in the house on the hill so that I'll be able to park it there. 90 days, intentionally manifesting all the things that we want to happen and calling them into place, into reality, and putting those things there, like The Secret. All right. So with that being said, the story that I was telling, the reason that I believe that I can intentionally manifest these things, all of us can, but I have been especially called. I was walking on a trail one day. Well, let me go back to the first story. So I was just starting one of my very first business, the very first business that I had. And I had a person who was a former client of mine, and her children she wanted her children to be clients of mine. But I wasn't making any money. She wasn't a client of mine at the time, but she needed something, and she needed to go in for she was doing a job orientation. So we pulled up to this place outside of the Galleria Mall, and it was early in the morning. It was before the mall. It was like 8:00 in the morning. It was super early. I picked her up early. We made it there early. And so we were the only cars in the parking lot while we were waiting for her to go in. So I'm sitting in the parking lot. We're talking about different things. My business hasn't even started yet. I just know that this is the business that I'm going into, and I'm helping her because she needed it. So, and she's going to be one of the people that I'm working with, and I had worked with her in the past anyway. So as we're sitting there, I see this car drive around, and it's the one car, because again, I'm the only car here. So this car at 8:00 in the morning is driving around the parking lot for the Galleria. And I see her, and then she goes back again, and I'm like, ooh, I see her again. So she parks probably 4 or 5 spots down from me. She comes up to, she parks on the passenger side of the car. But when she gets out, she walks all the way around to the driver's side, and I'm watching her the whole time. And I'm thinking, man, this woman is really together. She's put together. Her hair is perfectly coiffed. That's a word you don't use very often. But it was perfectly curled. She had on a black and white dress. She had on glasses that were black and white, like a flower print, just like the flower print that she had on her dress. She was someone who looked just like me. Okay. And so everybody knows what I mean by that. And I looked at her, and she looked at me, and she came around to my side of the car, and she said, "Did you see me drive by you?" And I said, yeah, I did. Both times. And she said, yeah, because I drove by the first time, and I thought, I'm not doing that. I drove by again. But something was telling me, and I can only assume that it was a higher power, was telling me to come over here and tell you that everything's going to be okay. And I was like, wait, what? And she said that everything is going to be okay. Everything that you're doing is going to work out for you. So whatever hesitations you've had, let those go and keep moving forward. And then she left. That was it. And I know she was some kind of angel that was sent. Not necessarily an angel, but a person who was told, who was given a message and specifically said to come tell it to me. Immediately following that, within the next year and a half, I made my first $1 million. So, yeah, she was right. Also lost somebody because it lasted 5 years. But anyway, because sometimes I don't listen. So, and sometimes I lose faith, like everybody else in the world, I'm assuming. And then fast forward, that was in 2011. And so I'm on the trail 2019. So this is 8 years later. Because clearly I didn't get the message the first time. So I'm on a trail that I call now the Trail of Good and Evil. It's back behind my house when I lived off of Wagon Wheel in the 95. And there's all kind of trails. There's trails everywhere in Henderson anyway. But this particular trail I called the Trail of Good and Evil because odd things happen to me on that trail. Like walking, and I don't know if I'm sure that if anyone who's worked in fast food or who's worked in a place where you can walk into a refrigerator, and as soon as you walk into that fridge and you see those plastic things hanging, and whoo, that cold hits you in the face because you know this is a different temperature than what you've just walked out from that you're walking into. And then you walk back out anyway. So on that trail, that happened to me like 3-4 times early one morning. Like I'm walking, like nothing had changed. I'm out in the open and I walk through the pocket of the coldest air and then walk through it. And then it happened again. I'm taking a couple more steps and boom, in the face, cold air. And I'm walking again. So I'm not sure exactly what was happening there, but it was some odd things. Then I saw a ghost on that trail. Yeah, like an apparition. And we'll get to why I'm telling you these stories, but there's a reason. So, as I was walking, because I'm walking, it was 4:00 in the morning, and I'm on the Trail of Good and Evil, and I'm shining my flashlight back and forth like this, because I don't want to run across any coyotes who could drag me off, or any snakes that I could get bitten by. So because the sun isn't up, I'm walking, I'm going back and forth like this with my light, and as I turn this way, and now keep in mind, because this is like a 3-second thing, this way, that way. I go this way, I turn back this way, and boom, there's a man right here. Like right here. And it scares me. So I stumble back and I fall to the other side. And I'm like, what the? And as I'm looking with my light, because again, this has scared me. So a startled reaction. And I just followed with my light like this. And I looked down and he didn't have any feet. But he was walking. Apparition. Okay, so anyway. Got off the trail this month. So now, fast forward. We are in 2019, and I am, maybe it was 2018. Oh, anyway, it was either the end of 2018, beginning of 2019. I'm walking on that same trail, and I am coming from, because I chose to go the other way. Instead of going the way with the cold, I went the other way. So I'm almost, I had walked almost into Boulder City, and then I was coming back on the trail. So nothing is back behind me but Boulder City. So as I'm walking, there's trail etiquette. Stay to the left side. People on the bike are on the right side, that kind of thing. This lady was jogging, and so I'm walking, so I'm moving slower than her, so I'm in the slow lane. So she jogs past me. And as she jogs past me, I'm looking at her, and she's got this thing. It's like a Walkman, but people don't wear Walkmans anymore. But it's attached to her hand, and she's playing gospel music. And I'm like, that's interesting, because it's the first time I've seen that on the trail. And I know it's gospel music because I've heard it before. Anyway, so she goes past me. As I'm walking, she's probably a football field away from me, because now I can't see her anymore. Probably didn't have to be that far, because I can't see anything. But anyway, she comes back. She turned around and came back towards me, and I'm thinking she must have dropped something, because I don't know what happened, why she would be going back that way. There's nothing back there. But anyway, she comes back and she stops at me, and I'm like, talking to me. She's like, yeah, I wanted to know, do you believe in God? Well, first she said, hey, my name is Karen. Nice to meet you. Do you believe in God? And I said, well, I'm not a heathen. That was my exact response. So, yeah, oops. She didn't know that I had been raised in the church, and of course I believe in God. Anyway, the whole thing, went to private schools. I didn't say all that. I just said, yeah, I'm not a heathen. So, yeah, I believe in God. And she said, well, I can only assume that it was God that told me to come back and tell you that everything you're doing is going to pay off. Keep going one foot in front of the other. You will prosper. You're going to be prosperous. I mean, you're going to make a lot of money. And I said, I know what prosperous means. She said, well, God just wanted to tell me that. And I said, me, of all the people on this trail, there are other people walking. She said, no, you. I was specifically told to tell you. And with that, she said, nice to meet you. Have a nice life. Please believe what I said, and turned around and jogged off because we were going in the same direction. So she turned back around, went the way she was going. So I'm telling you that now, with those things being said, with me being a person who receives messages in those ways, that I am now going to actually believe all the messages that have been sent. And that day I was like, I'm not like Paul, can't believe it. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the story. Paul the apostle, or Saul, he changed his name. I can never remember which one is which, but he was struck blind on the road from Damascus because he didn't listen. So I was like, wait, you don't have to strike me blind. Please. I'm paying attention. Okay. So that to me meant to keep going, one step after the other, keep your feet going, and make sure that you understand that this road is going to take you to where you need to be. Whether you believe it or not, this is going to take you where you need to be. So with all of those things being said, this next 90 days is going to be the do or die. I don't think you're supposed to say that. We might have to edit that out. This is going to be the thing that shows that I am here for a reason. And so I am going to be manifesting intentionally, or intentionally manifesting all the things that I believe to be true. All the things that I'm claiming as mine, that house on the hill, the increase in all the things that I need to make it to there, being able to show and serve you guys better, showing you how you can choose the life that you want to live as well, that you don't have to be angry, that your no is enough, that you are enough, that peace is what we all deserve, that we can keep going, that we are not judged by the things that have happened to us, and that we can make our way, we can get out of these mazes, we can do the things that we are intended to do, and serve the purpose that we were put here for. All right, and so with that, that wraps up our podcast today, and we are going to do this every week. So remember, every day I'm going to say something on, I don't know, I think the only social that I can do this on without having an issue is TikTok and Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm actually everywhere. You can find me where you go. It's my tagline. Remember, find me where you go. Click the link, stay in the know. But every single day, intentionally, because I'm manifesting intentionally, I'm going to post a video about this, about manifesting and how it's happening and what it's serving and how we can all do these things. So at Anger Whisperer is where you can find me on most places. Anger Whisperer. So this will be on my podcast on YouTube with my playlist and all of those things. So you can check me out there. Check me out at TikTok every day. And I saw somebody else who was doing this, and I think her at Jamie, I think is what she said. She's also doing something where she's manifesting, and she is manifesting to get to 100,000 followers. I am just manifesting to get to exactly where I need to be. So I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what number it is, but this is where we are going to make all these things happen. If you want to, all of this is informative, but again, if you want to be transformed, make sure that you book a consultation with me. And we will be scheduling those things out. So again, find me wherever you can. Click the link, find me where you go, and we will make sure that we take care of you from there. Transformation is waiting right around the corner, and peace also awaits. And with that, I'm out. I'll see y'all on the other side. All right.